Hey friends, I'm so excited to have you join me today because I want to speak to you if you are feeling burnt out, if you are feeling weary, if you are doubting your homeschool journey, any of the things that most of us homeschool moms feel from one time to another. I want to speak to you today. So, in case you don't know who I am, my name is Christine. I am the owner of Rabbit Trails Homeschool, which is a literature based curriculum for elementary and middle school ages. We have everything except for math. So, like literally every single subject you could look for. If you had a math recommendation, let me know. I'm not going to write it for you. So, I actually just started running again after 9 years. I've never been a great runner by any means. I've done a couple of fun runs 9 years ago with my oldest kiddo, who's a senior in high school now. Oh my goodness, he was like just this little guy back then. I was pushing my number 2 in the stroller. But I've never been like a super athletic person. I was a music nerd in high school. I tried to do track in middle school and quit after like 3 weeks. Like, I think I tried like every sport as a kid, never was super athletic. But all 4 of my kids run, including my 5-year-old. He runs youth cross country, and I wanted to be able to run with them. We are doing a turkey trot together on Thanksgiving. Like, I want to be able to do this with my kids because it's a huge part of their lives. And so I want it to be a part of my life too. So if you are not a runner, this is still for you. Don't think that you have to be athletic to listen to this video, because I'm going to be speaking some big truth that covers the ground for everybody. But I've been running since I think May is when I picked it back up. It's now November, nearly getting to Thanksgiving, which is crazy. So I've been running for a few months now. I'm finally able to run my 5K. I don't do it fast. I'm not a good runner. But I've been really working on my health the past couple of years. And running is one of those things I just wanted to add to it. So many times this summer as I was running, I wanted to do this video and just like never put pen to paper, never sat down to do it. If you get my emails, I actually sent an email about this because I wanted to get these thoughts out of my head. And so that finally encouraged me to come on and record it as well, because I just want more people to be able to hear this, because it is so fitting. So if you are a runner or if you are athletic at all, you will understand this. If you are not, it's still super great for you, because I really just want to talk to your homeschool mom heart right now. So, like I said, running does not come naturally to me. I am super slow, like super slow. Like, it's kind of embarrassing a little bit how slow I am. But it's just been encouraging to, be able to meet my goals, even though those goals right now are not speed. They are just being able to get that 5K. And I ran a 5K twice this week. Like, that's huge for me, guys. And so it just, every time I'm running, it reminds me of my homeschool journey. And so just like I don't feel like I'm made to run, I don't feel like I'm made to be a homeschool mom. I've been homeschooling for 13 years. So this is not like, I'm obviously in this for the long haul at this point. So you can probably relate to this, or you can have probably heard this a number of times. I can't homeschool because I'm not patient enough. That's this lady right here. 0 patience, right? And so I laugh when people say that, because I'm like, have you met me? Like, have you ever had a conversation with me? Like, I'm not a patient mother. And it's something that, like, I don't necessarily feel like I was built to homeschool. I feel like I would probably actually do much better if my kids were sent away and I had that me time. But it's something I'm able to work through and have obviously been doing for a number of years now. And have seen the success of that with my son getting ready to graduate and getting accepted to colleges and getting athletic scholarships and all of these things that are just amazing. Obviously, he thrived, and it helped me grow in the process. I always like to say to people who say they don't have enough patience is, well, it's the best way for God to work on you. I've also heard the terms like, don't ever pray for patience because you'll be given trials to test that patience. But so I have been tested by homeschooling. I have tested that patience, but God has been working on me. And the person I was 13 years ago I'm not nearly the same person now as I was then. And it's not because I have all of this patience now, because I still lose my temper and I still am short fused and all of those things. But I'm able to just use different tools that I've learned over the years because I've had my kids with me all day and because I've taken on the task of homeschooling, that he's done a work in me that would not have happened had I not followed his call to homeschool. So something else I think about when I'm running is there are times when I feel like I have weights at the ends of my legs and I can barely even make it to 20 minutes. And I just feel super dragged down. Like, what is wrong with me today? Why am I feeling so heavy? Why can't I get through this run? And there are days we're going to feel like that in our homeschools as well. And those might be days where you go, you know what? This grammar lesson does not matter. Or maybe instead of doing this worksheet or whatever it is, we read together or we watch these documentaries. That there are days where we just feel heavy and we feel exhausted and we feel worn out. And I feel like that's one of the biggest blessings of homeschooling is that we can take a time out and say, I am weary. I am tired. The kids are feeling this as well, and no one learns their best. Like if I've tried to push through those days, and sometimes there's days where you're meant to push through that, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But there are times where we're able to take that rest. And because we don't do a good enough job resting as a society, and we have that capability as homeschoolers to say today is a rest day. We are able to still learn because we're reading, we're watching a movie or documentary or YouTube video or whatever it is, right? We're still learning. Usually that involves the kids also playing, which is learning, and still getting all that knowledge, but just doing it in a different way that allows our bodies to rest when we need it. And so every time I have days like that, I think about that. Is today is just one of those days where I just need to be okay with not doing it all and okay with not finishing my list or finishing my run, right? I set out to do a full 5K and all I can get is 20 minutes in, and that's it. I can't do anymore because I'm literally like my chest hurts and my legs just feel like they're heavy, and that's okay. And if it's okay if we're not getting our to-do list done every single day, as long as we are teaching our children that valuable lesson of rest and listening to our bodies. So there are other days where it may also be hard, but we're able to tackle those hills. So we live in a really hilly region. I literally can't leave my driveway and not hit a hill within a quarter mile, maybe a half mile, but probably more like a quarter mile. So I have to tackle hills in order to run without fail. There are times where I may have to walk up these hills, especially this really steep hill I haven't conquered yet, guys. I'm working towards it. I'm going to get it just for like this little bit. I have to walk it. It is so steep. And I feel like my heart's going to explode out of my chest. So I'm obviously feeling these, right? I'm feeling tired, but I'm conquering these hills because I also feel that endurance to get through. And so again, tying it into my homeschool every time, I'm like, we can do it. We can push through. You know, if you're having a really hard math lesson that day and you just need to push through, and then you do it and you feel better on the other side. Every time I run hills, I feel amazing after. It's crazy. I've pushed myself so much harder than I normally do, but I feel a million times better. I get that runner's high that people talk about, and I didn't feel until I started running these hills. And so it's that same thing that you're pushing through something that they're struggling with, or maybe you're struggling with, and then you finally get to the other side and it feels so good. And so every time I run those hills, I think about that. There are days where we might feel amazing and we're like, I'm going to sprint today, which for sprinting for me is still like a regular jogger's pace. but I'm gonna go faster today. I'm gonna get, my time that I don't normally get. I'm gonna get below that mark and I'm gonna push it today. And we have days like that in our homeschool too, where we are just on it and we finished our list and we're like, hey, we're even gonna add this because we're doing so good. Let's do 2 math lessons instead of just 1, because in another day that allows us to take off those other days, right? And we have days where we just get those to-do lists done and it feels awesome and it feels so good. So yeah, like literally, I think of you guys every single time that I run. And I think about making this video every single time that I run. And so I'm so glad that I finally took the time to do it, because I feel like this just speaks volumes on how we can relate different things to our homeschooling journey. And we can think about how it transfers to other parts in life, because some people will be like, oh, in life, you don't get to take a day off. Yes, you do. People take days off all the time when they're not feeling well. And like, we're commanded to rest very clearly, and we don't. We do such a bad job of it. And so take that time to rest. Take that time to push through on days you're able to push through. Take that time to tackle more on days that are just going amazing and you're able to check everything off your list. And just, don't be afraid to lace up those shoes and to get it done. Don't be afraid to rest when your body is needing rest, and to just take every day as it comes. So I have to make a list. I used to not use a planner, and I would just have everything mentally planned, and I'm too scatterbrained for that anymore. I have too many boxes that need checked on too many different areas of my life that I have a plan, but I use amazing erasable pens. So I can move things if I need to move them. I can easily add things. I can easily change things. I can do it however I need to do it so that we can still get our stuff accomplished. It just might not look the way that we originally saw it as we set out. So don't be afraid to adjust your plans, guys. And don't be afraid to just let every day come as it comes. So if you have anything to add on this, if you are a runner and you have any good comparisons to make, or even if you're not a runner and you think of different things in life that you can compare it to, let me know in the comments, because I'd love to hear your additions. I'd love to get that encouragement from you as well. And yeah, so I'd love to hear from you. So put that in the comments and I look forward to reading them. So I hope you guys have a great day. Have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Have a good one.